I take pride in the fact that in Karnataka, I am the first Muslim woman appointed as judicial officer up to the level of High Court judge. The life of law is not logic but experience, said Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. My journey has been one shaped not solely by the rigor of legal theory but also by the profound human experience. The lives touched, the injustices rectified, and the voices heard. It is these experiences in all their complexities and nuances that have molded me into the judge and the person I am today. It has been a constant learning process, and every case adjudicated, every judgment rendered, was an opportunity to reflect on the very essence of fairness and justice. The greatness of a man is not how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively, said the legendary Bob Marley. I have always believed that true greatness lies in the ability to serve others with the dignity, fairness, and compassion, and it is with the spirit that I have carried out my duties. The judiciary is not merely an institution, it is a living, breathing entity that thrives on the collective spirit of those who uphold its principles. To the brother and sister judges of this august institution, to my colleagues in the district judiciary, honorable members of the bar, and to the staff of this court, I offer my deepest gratitude. You have made my journey a shared one, and I have drawn strength from each of you. As Socrates once wisely remarked, strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, weak minds discuss people. Our shared commitments to the idea of justice, to the principle that truth is the highest authority, has kept me going through every challenge and every triumph. I would like to place on record my deep appreciation and heartfelt gratitude to the esteemed members of the bar. Your unwavering support, intellectual rigor, and commitment to the rule of law have been instrumental in enabling me to discharge my duties with confidence, efficiency, and a deep sense of purpose. The clarity of your submissions, the integrity of your advocacy, and your consistent preparedness greatly contributed to the effectiveness of the judicial process in the courtroom. It is through our shared pursuit of justice that I was able to render decisions grounded on fairness and sound legal reasoning. I have always viewed the bench and the bar not as opposing sides but as two pillars of the temple of justice, and it was your professionalism and cooperation that made the task of dispensing justice not only possible but profoundly meaningful. My late parents, M.A. Khazi and Rashida Begum, who shaped my character and career with their values of integrity and compassion, would have been proud to see how far I have come. They are no longer with us, but their influence, their spirit, and their example remain a guiding light in my life. The philosopher Confucius once said, "The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home." Indeed, my strength has always come from the love and support of my family, who have been my constant companions on this journey. On this occasion, I am reminded of the sacredness of the oath we take as judges. We are entrusted with the responsibility that transcends the individual. It is a call to serve society with justice, equity, and impartiality. As often said, the law is not merely a set of rules, it is the foundation upon which the edifice of society rests. It is our duty as judges to ensure that this foundation remains steadfast and strong, for it is the bedrock of every man and woman's dignity. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. My years in the judiciary have been my service, my sacrifice, my contribution to the larger good. I am proud to have been part of an institution that strives every day to uphold the values of justice, fairness, and truth. Indeed, my career has been a tapestry woven from the countless experiences, each one an opportunity to shape the future, to protect the weak, and to ensure that justice not only be done, but be seen to be done. This journey has been my calling, and it has been greatest honor of my life. When I reflect my tenure in the judiciary, which began on the 18th October 1993, I find it hard to believe how swiftly the years have passed. It feels as though it was only yesterday that I embarked on this journey. I once expressed this sense of fleeting time to a senior colleague who, with great wisdom, remarked that when you are immersed in the work that brings you fulfillment and purpose, time has a way of slipping by unnoticed. It was in that moment that I came to understand that very reason the years have seemed so brief is because I have been fortunate enough to spend them in the service of something I deeply value. I take pride in the fact that in Karnataka I am the first Muslim woman appointed as judicial officer up to the level of High Court judge. I am also the first woman to be elevated to the High Court from the cadre of civil judge. I hope and wish that many more would follow the suit. As I look back on the long and eventful journey of my judicial career, I am filled with a deep sense of contentment, one that can only come from the sincere belief that work, when approached with devotion, becomes worship. This guiding principle has been the cornerstone of my professional life. Every file read, every hearing conducted, and every judgment written was, to me, not merely a duty, but a sacred offering, a small but honest contribution to the cause of justice. There is a unique and quiet fulfillment that comes from giving your best each day, not for reward or recognition, but for the sheer integrity of the work itself. In the words of Swami Vivekananda, every duty is holy and devotion to duty is the highest form of worship. It is this spirit that has carried me through the challenges and responsibilities of this office, and it is in the spirit that I now take leave, content in the knowledge that I have served to the best of my ability. As I leave this court today, I do so with a heart full of gratitude and mindful of wisdom and a soul at peace.